Yo, people, welcome back to the Fix. Quik Fix at Is It Bonar here with Ari and Javi.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, Javi's here. Yay! This feel weird, by the way. It's been a while since we've done Quik Fix like
She's
in this
never been
environment.
here
Like
on
this,
a
right?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Like from what, 4 months now? In a day of
Oh, not so long.
About that, I mean.
Probably like 2 months. 2 months?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's been about 4 months. Time two. Man. Quick Fix time though, Javs. For the people who aren't familiar with Quick Fix, tell them what it's all about. But before you do that, tell them who it's brought to them by.
Yeah, so Quik Fix is brought to you by Pure 24. It's time to buckle down after the holidays and really think about making better choices. Pure 24 is an easy and delicious choice when it comes to getting your body what it needs. Entering this cold and flu season, anything you can do to boost your immune system is a definite plus, and you can do that with 1 scoop of their powders, a sip of their tea, or even some of their yummy gummies. Pure 24 store products ship worldwide. You can use the code THEFIX for 15% off all items. That's the code THEFIX for 15% off all items.
I feel like getting some gummies after you read that, Javs.
Yeah,
I
so
like
good,
the energy,
right?
you know what I mean? Somebody else would have
And
read it
their
like a chore.
And their powders.
Yes, I have actually tried it.
Yeah.
Get that belly buster, okay?
Yeah.
Get that.
Just don't go up on the road.
Yeah, you can't leave home at all. But yeah, Quik Fix is also brought to you by Prism Marketing Consultants, the public relations and media platform catering to the Caribbean diaspora. Now, Quik Fix is a run-up of the news that we've missed in a week, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So Likkle Addi Ex speaks out. So Shelly and Coran recently sat down with Likkle Addi's ex-girlfriend Chyna on her new podcast and YouTube series Tea Time with Shelly, where Chyna shared her side of the story and dropped some bombshells about what transpired between her, Likkle Addi, and Shorty. So here's a clip.
While I was pregnant, she brought me to DDC to do a DNA while I was pregnant. They took, when because I read up on it before I went, it says, while you're pregnant, you're gonna do a DNA, right? The blood is supposed to be taken from, from your belly button or your uterus, right? They stick me right here.
They draw the blood from here?
Right here, and I asked the lady.
Who was with you?
You know
Who
that
carried you?
it was a family member, my aunt. And I asked the lady, I said, how are you gonna get the baby's blood from my blood? She was like, oh, I know how to do it whatsoever. Not just that, she did not bring her son, so I was the only one at the DNA place.
So who they tested the blood against?
The blood she took, they gave her a swab to take home to swab her son. So what I don't get is that how is it a blood test turned into a swab test? How does the blood mixture go along with the swab?
All right, so Naro, share your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think about this?
Well, a Likkle Addi did drop the bombshell right in this very room about the status concerning his baby father status, if you will. A lot of people didn't know about it, and there were several vitriolic comments aimed towards this young lady. And if what she's saying is true, I think that a lot of those comments will have to be rescinded, because you can just imagine what she had to go through, the embarrassment, people call her, all sorts of derogatory names and all these things. So there's that side of the story. But then again, you have to really see with Likkle Addi. As I was telling them here, they really have to be, that's princely seed right there. And they have to be careful with that. You know what I mean? So I can see with the precautions taken, but if there was indeed some foul play, if you will, that the female is suggesting, all right, we're good. That would be rather unfortunate that she has had to go through this for years. But she tell her side of the story. We heard Likkle Addi's side of it somewhat. So I guess there's a third side of all of this. In all of this, which is the truth. Maybe it lies somewhere in the middle. We don't know. Oh yeah. Shelly and Karan, they're again, causing more drama. Yeah.
Shelly being Shelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ari, what do you think about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, initially when Likkle Addi, broke the news on our platform, everybody's like, what? And you go on our page and the few comments that were geared towards her obviously wasn't nice from what I saw. But unfortunately, this whole thing is messy, and I don't think it should have gotten to this point. I don't think it should have reached here, because she's saying that it wasn't a proper DNA testing, and he's saying that he wasn't the father. I don't know what's going to happen as a result of this, because it just everything just seems so messy. But I hope that there's some resolution and some consensus can be reached on both parties, because ultimately only the child suffers in this situation. So we hope that something happen, like if a proper DNA test can be done. I don't know if it would happen as a result of this, because of how the news broke on Shelly Curran's podcast. But whatever the case may be, I hope that all parties involved, if this is a case where they say that he's not the father, then a proper DNA test is done, and just put everything to rest. I don't know if it's going to happen, and even if it happens, I guess it's expected to be public fodder, where people like, oh yeah you are the father, like Ari and all him something there. And it really don't serve no purpose, because we're not a part of the family, as much as people want to think, or the Gaza nation feel as if they are part of the family.
And we need an update.
They're truly not. So
but then again, this was something that was shared by them. They let the people in.
Right.
This is why they would feel like their family to some degree.
Right. But no, because it's such a messy situation, I hope that
you're
it
right.
can be resolved privately, and if he is the father, he isn't the father, people can just go along and move in peace. You know?
Pretty much.
It seemed like she had cartel support based on what she's saying. This was just a case of babies having babies. It's sad to see it reach this level, but as I said, we just want some resolution.
True.
Happen here.
Pretty much, that's all we want.
Not for us,
For the parties involved.
For sure. All right, moving on. So, British superstar Sam Smith has just released another single from his upcoming album Gloria, which is set to drop on January 27th via Capitol Records. The new single, titled Gimme, is a dancehall-inspired track that features vocals from Jamaican sensation Koffee and Canadian R&B singer Jessie Reyes. Smith stated that this new single is filth and is a representation of his sexual perspective. He said, "I'm a sexual person. I like sex.
Filth.
It's something I'm teaching myself to not be ashamed of." Koffee, known for her hit song Toast, has previously worked with John Legend, Gunna, J Hus, Cruel Santino, and local comrades Buju Banton and Governor. So, Ari, did you listen to the song? Do you love it?
I make a face a while ago like she never knows that she fear name that call.
I don't love it.
I love it, actually. The song
good.
is very much dancehall, like the
The give me
more. I saw some of the comments, people saying, "Oh, this comment like certify her status, her identity, her orientation." That's the word. I don't think so. It's just an international, local Jamaican act collaborating with a local international R&B act. So whatever it is, whatever your feelings, because I'm sure, because obviously we know that Sam Smith is gay, and they're thinking, oh, do this and that. I know that's a big conversation surrounding the song,
right?
But whatever your feelings are, the song is absolutely amazing. Sam Smith is a big fucking deal.
Can't deny it.
And it will do what it needs to do. So if you hate on the song, fuck you. But the song is great and I like it.
Big up Koffee.
Yeah. But if you hate on the song only because of the lead act's sexual orientation, fuck you. That's what I mean. Right? I see you look at me like that. That's what I mean. But
I mean, people can
say it with your chest.
People can subjectively feel like the song no sound good. I'm just saying.
If you listen to the song and you don't like the song, then
I'm saying.
Where you
it's alright.
It's okay.
It's alright.
It's not a bad song. I don't.
It's
think
not a bad song.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. This is where I'm like.
I think it will grow on you too. Like,
possibly one of them type of songs.
earworm
I'm funny enough. I'm more of funny enough. I'm more along the lines of where she would usually go like, I don't hate it. I don't really love it either. You know what I mean? We don't address the elephant in the room and it can't go wrong, right? Because Koffee has surrounded herself with people who are aligned with the tenets of the Rastafarian faith. She herself has never said she's a Rastafarian, but yet still, these are the people who she has surrounded herself by. I don't think it's unfair for people to question, at the very least, the people that are around her. You know, that has propelled her in a sense through collabs and things of that nature who profess themselves to be of the Rastafarian faith. Is it unfair? I don't think so. All I know is that she is of the mindset that whatever it is that I can do to further my career and to make good music, I'm for it. At least that's what it seems like on the surface. From a good music I can sing, I can further my career, we can make a good collaboration.
Which I don't think.
It seems like that is at the forefront of our mind. But yet still, Ari, again, you can't get around that. She has somewhat aligned herself with people who are of the Rastafarian faith and all these things. So these questions are going to come. Especially when you're going to give like the background to the song and say it's and all, like these questions are going to be asked.
The thing is, I don't appreciate people making it seem as if like they're making the correlation like she's collaborating with a gay artist, so obviously she must be gay. She has never confirmed, nor neither she has denied her sexual orientation, and that's up to Koffee. But I think it's more of, even if whatever the case may be, I'm just thinking she's a Gen Z, you know, and you know, Gen Z, like, it's all about love, genders on a spectrum, everything is all, you know, like a construct and whatever. And as long as you, as you said, as long as you do good music, that's what we're defending. So I think people, it's the comments I'm really talking about, because I saw the comments and I'm like, is it a good song or not? It's a good song. I like the song. It's not a bad song, as you say. It's not. And as you rightly said, Javi, it really is an earworm, because the repetitive nation of gimme. It is. So it would do its thing on TikTok. It would propel her even further. You know, whether you yay, nay, or agree or disagree, that's entirely your subjective feelings about the situation. But objectively, is the song good, and that's all that matters.
True.
More matters to other people.
All right, moving on. So there has been a recent uproar on social media since the release of Valiant's Dunce Cheque election campaign dubplate for Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Browne. In a clip of the dubplate, which was shared to the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party's Facebook page, Valiant venerates party leader Browne and trashes political leader of the United Progressive Party Harold Lovell and his candidates as dumb and unqualified for leadership, as they have no intellect, no subject.
Gaston around the place, UPP upset. Love Lily no done set. Gaston master the craft around the country. Love Lily don't have no intellect, no subject. None. Oh, you for run the country. Oh, you for run the country. Girl boss, Gaston, Grace Farm, Villa.
So, Naro, did you hear this dubplate?
I heard the dubplate and I have mixed feelings on it. Because I have bought into what Damon Crawford said when we spoke to him. You know, like, if you don't really, you know, subscribe to the ideological, you know, views of that party you're supporting, you know, does this really make sense? You know what I mean? I don't know if it does.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Valiant did this for the check. Because Valiant are the artist, Dunce Cheque. With a psh. Artist right now in the game. And in that respect, that's where that's where the real mixing come into play, where me see why him do it. You see me? Because at the end of the day, money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they paid him well. And the man is just racking up the checks right now. I'm sorry to keep saying checks. It's just rap. Yeah, I mean, him just a wrangle them in right now. So it's fair check, but I just want to think that a lot when the artists them do them thing, like them would say, yo, if do my views align with that party's views, that they more question themselves, you know. So yeah.
That's a good point, Ari.
Is it?
Cause you just said that last sign, you know.
Exactly. Like I never understood why people found it like it's the most popular song. I mean, the opposition party need to get him for do the one fit the opposition. Like I don't understand. It's just business. You know, I don't know if it's up. Well, I don't know if the agreement or the contract would state that you can't. There's no competing clause. So if you do one for me, I can't do one for the next one in this election cycle. I don't know if that's the contract or the agreement. However, I mean, I never really pre-deep. I just thought that it's just one of those fun things that happen in politics. During the time when we had our election, I've always seen it as a case where they couldn't campaign as normal, so they went into a different avenue. You know, of course, with the politicians, them mouth change. They agree, they don't agree, they align with the fundamentals of the song, because the title of the song is called Dunce Cheque. So whether them agree with it or not, like that's entirely up to them. But if it catchy, if you can get the young people out and get them voting and putting their ex beside whatever symbol that's like the Antiguan party that use it, why not? And as you rightly said, it's just a check, and I'm sure most of these artists are very apathetic towards the political process. They don't really care. They don't care. Caesars is just as a dubplate.
But here this is the final point on him. Why it can be sticky for him. Say, and this is just an extreme example. Say like the party that him endorse will introduce a law that makes pedophilia legal.
Jesus Christ.
Extreme example, I know, right? But
this is the party you support. Exactly.
I'm just that the party they do the dub for. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Yeah. So you just have to be very careful. That's why if your viewpoints are really aligned with them, you have to be careful in which the thing that what you put your music behind and your voice behind. That's it.
So even though
it's all about acknowledging your influence, yeah.
But I disagree with that. Like if most people, well, I genuinely think most people understand that it's just a business arrangement. If people want to take it further and say about, in my line with it, I'm sure there are most people who think with that and probably would use that as a exag or a strike against him, but he doesn't even live in Antigua. Obviously, it's just a reference to it. If he was in Jamaica,
he's a global artist. I'm sure he sees himself as a global artist. So he might not live there, but still, put your voice behind something. Just be careful.
Because this happened with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Dr. Dre. She used his Still Dre rhythm. And
Trump did use several things on other artists them because they stop using my thing, me not support you.
He sent a cease and desist because I guess Dr. Dre, I'm assuming, don't really align politically with Marjorie Taylor Greene. So, he sent a cease and desist to her and said, don't use my song. Like, me don't want you as the politician or individual, I use my song. So, in that regard, I can appreciate that and get that. Like, but if he volunteered and do the dub for it, I guess maybe I can understand too. Like he's co-signing the ideas of the party, but for me personally, I just know how apathetic and distant these artists are towards the political process. Them just see it as a check and whatever. Literally, this can be the epitome of a Dunce Cheque. Him not know what he was saying, but he just get a check and he will do it.
The irony.
Dunce Cheque this will ever get. Easy.
Yeah, So,
and then you can pre-say it's just for the moment too, because we don't remember the one them from 2020.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So you can put it that way little, but
I cannot understand where Naro is coming from, and I know most people probably think people would understand where I'm coming from, but maybe it's not the majority. And you're right. Like, you have to be careful what you assign to as a brand, because it's really about brand alignment. Most major companies say, like, does this align with my brand?
As an artist who's rising in the game right now, these are things you need to think about.
True. You're right. I agree. I understand.
Of course, it took American politics for you to understand.
You know, is the Dom Perignon.
Okay.
Big up Don Andre.
Or it's like, yeah, you know, I don't really agree. But wait, you have a point.
Yeah, when I think about the American parties, yeah.
That's it for Quik Fix.
That does it for Quik
that's
Fix.
it for Quik Fix. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment down below.
All right, this one.